No, I forgot to turn on formation lab. Fuck. Yeah, sorry guys. Honestly, I fuck formation labs. Yeah, for real. Everything else is fine, by the way. Everything else is the right settings. Apart from is off. Anyway, my stream should work. Also, I'm so glad there's no formation labs. That shit bores the fuck out of me when I'm commentating. Which Luigi Pen was there, bro. So, welcome. Wait, is it? How do you know? Oh, hell no. We could do a restart for formation lab. Fucking hell, guys. Are we actually restarting? What is going on, guys? Make a decision. We need to restart, guys. We need to restart for formation lab. No, no, you can't prove anything. You can't prove anything, Ski. Skate Cub. I did not. That never happened. You're crazy. You're lying. So, guys, you can't see if it's going to rain the whole race because it doesn't tell you. Yeah, so it could be dry at the end, or like wet at the start, or dry at the yeah. No, it's not. You can't see that in quality. You literally can't see that. Also, welcome to NPL Season 14 Race 11, where everyone is complaining to me about how I'm bad at making lobbies. Yeah, it's not my balls, Harry Tron. Oh, alright, I see how it is. I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass next season. Sarabi there. It's currently on a lap. He's not purple, but you know, it's Chidorado, what do you expect? Heading through the middle sector. Jan is in a lap now, in the middle sector. He's got a car in front of him. It's a Ferrari, I believe. I don't know who that is. Probably I think Dark Sun, because he's in the pit lane. Jan now in middle sector is purple with a 50.8. Looking decent on this lap is Jan. Pretty committed so far. Plenty of battery still to use in the final sector and deployment available. There's Aston Martin in the way of him though. He moves out the way now. A bit late on the power there by Jan, but it's only a banker lap. The drive is a 1 minute 14.2. And that is the pole lap, easily. Jan here with a great lap. Oh my god, 1 minute 12.4 as a banker? That's actually really good. Bonfro with a 112.7 on his banker lap. Very good from that. Are you sure? There's a 1 minute 13.5 and there's cars going past now. Look how close everyone is to each other. Graham Crackers goes 4 fastest at 13.6 just behind Are You Sure? We have rain forecast once again this season in what has been a very wet season, much to Fabian's benefit. Let's see what Harry can manage on his first run here today. Can he beat Jan's provisional lap? And it is second fastest, just ahead of Bonfro, behind Jan, who's on provisional pole. Fabian goes quicker to the 112.2. Immediately is looking good. 112.2 banker from Fabian. And Hubert there goes out the final corner now and does indeed goes 5th fastest, so 13.4, goes ahead of Are You Sure and Graham Crackers. Can you slime out Fabian? Anyway, Ski there on his outlap is Darkson goes 5th fastest. Now we know Darkson is strong here. He almost won last season. Crashed on a restart and then crashed again later in the race, with DNFing after leading much of the safety car at the end. That's just stupid, isn't it? Let's be real. Charles Price goes 9th fastest at 13.8. Dan goes a 25.1 on his second outlap. He's on a lap currently. Not using the inside of the track like he's supposed to on that corner, but still. Not purple in the first sector, but still, so far, not too bad from Dan. Ending off the corner now, using the whole width of the track. Braking for this left-hander now. Down the hill he goes, trying his best. Good fall. Now heading into turn 1. Yeah, in turn 1 goes Dylan Gow. Oh, Dan understood a lot in that corner to go after the widen off the track there, but still continues on his way now into the final. This purple middle sector from Dan, according to the screen. We'll see if it actually is by the end of the lap. His middle sector time was pretty good, very competitive. Through the final couple of corners now. Dan out the final corner, what's going to be is 3rd fastest for Dan with a 1:12.5. That's a good banger from Dan. So Dan predicting big track evolution here as Fabian is currently on provisional pole looking for his not his first pole this season. This would be his 5th pole, would it? Fabian's 5th pole this season in 11 races. Dylan is currently 7th with a 1:13.0. What is Ski looking like out of his lap? Goes into it now. I think he did a second out lap. He did abandon his previous attempt. Dylan, did he crash in the pit entry? No. Fabian goes even quicker now with a 1:12.1 on used tyres. Looks like, or is that on a fresh set? Is that a fresh set, Fabian? Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! So Fabian continuing to dominate the season in this is one of Fabian's best tracks, by the way, guys. So let's watch Ski here on his lap. Let's see what his middle sector's looking like here in Spain. He's been complaining about the track all weekend long. 2.5 seconds. Oh, this is a great middle sector from him. He's looking to get a top 3 with this lap, actually, if he can keep it together in the final sector. That's the car downshift. A little bit of a slide through the corner there, but still gets in the car nicely off the corner. A little wide of the apex, but keeps the car nice and stable. Of course, he's on a controller, so it's quite scary through there. I know what he's going through. I think he ran out of fuel or something, but he had lost a lot of time on that last corner and does go 6th fastest now, just over his teammate, with a 1:12.8. Dylan there goes into the pit entry now and continues on. Is Harry on a lap now? He is indeed. He's a lot of battery in the first sector alone, but he can save a lot of battery too, so he's going to be in a good position here. He is actually down on his first run, 2,000ths down. See if he can improve. He braked way too much for that corner because he definitely lost a lot of margin for improving on that. And same again there, but who? CP check-in. Wait, what now? Like message Discord or what? CP Charles Price. You've been summoned to look in the chat or something like that. I think that's what you said, right? Ski has instructed you to look in the chat, and apparently you'll know what that means. I hope you're watching the stream. I don't know if he actually is. Apparently there's no one watching my stream, so I don't know if that's going to happen. And Harry does go 2nd fastest with the 12.2. That's a great lap from Harry there on his 2nd run. And Harry. Okay. And Harry there being a sore loser. Bonfo there on a lap is currently a 10th of perfect middle sector from Bonfo, apparently. I think his last sector is where the pace really is lacking. Bonfo could very well put his car quite high up on the grid. Jan also having a wonderful qualifying session there in P3. looking for his second podium of the season. So is Bonfo, actually. Both the drivers got their first career podium of the season. So too does Ski down in P6. Heading to the final corner now. What's Bonfo going to manage? It's a great lap from him. It's a 12.5. Goes ahead of down by 7 thousandths of a second. And Bonfo goes up to P4. Darksen is 2 tenths up through the final corner. This is a great lap from Darksen. Is it enough for great improvement? He goes third fastest. Darksen once again proving why he's really good at Spain. This is definitely Darksen's best track. He's really quick around here. And goes third fastest in the Ferrari. Darksen definitely could outperform Ski today in the dry hit in Spain. A great lap from him. It's on a used set. It was his first run on that tyre. Jan's on his second run here today. Jan backs out of his lap. It did not improve. Dan goes into his next lap now. Let's watch him go into a lap. Continuing on. Did I just see an improvement from someone? Was that from Charles Price? Goes P9. Good stuff from him. Are you sure that is currently on a second lap? I think he backed out of his previous attempt to, but it's on a lap 2. Last place for both the Mercedes drivers here. It's 12th and 13th respectively for those guys. Let's see what Darksen can do. What's he going to do in front? He's not going to pit this lap. Jan is slowing down. Bonfo pits 2. And Dan is currently off. He's really improving in the first sector alone. This could be a great lap from Dan, who we know can get an 11.9 at Spain. His pole lap in season 12 was the last dry pole that we got at this track. Last season was a wet qualifying. We're expecting a wet race as well for today. And Dan there coming off of the Campsa corner. Comes down. What's it going to be for Dan in this split? It is 2.5 tenths up, which is enough to get him around about on the second row of the grid. Let's see if he can keep it going. It is a perfect middle sector for Dan, supposedly. He has left the session mid-lap, so... Can Dan stick it on pole against Fabian? He did that lap on used tyres, despite not practicing for this weekend. And it's going to be a 12.3, just behind Darksen by 33 thousandths of a second. Lost a bit of time there at the end, but good lap from Dan. It is now up to 4th fastest of anyone. Looking very competitive up at the top of the order. The top 6 cars separated by just 4 tenths of a second. Oh, that was a used run from Dan on a 12.3. That's very impressive. So Dan looking to get on the front row here for sure with that kind of pace alongside Fabian. He also looks very scarily fast today. Ski there with a great first sector is a 10.5 up. Purple it is. Sliding though, he got way too trigger happy on the throttle there. Going to cost him time on the exit. Sends it into here through turn 5. Once again, sliding on the exit. He really struggles with the traction zone for this track, I've noticed. He does have a very particular driving style, this Ski, and it does not suit this track. Because of his steering inputs do not suit the way he goes on the throttle. So he likes tracks where the corners are very sort of quite short corners. I feel like is definitely what he's better at. 3 tenths up though. It's a great lap from Ski here. Could get him into the top 2 rows of the grid maybe. Supposedly a perfect middle sector, but I don't know if it is. Ski they're really pushing on this lap. Looking to get up the order. There's plenty of battery to use at the end of the lap. Sliding through the last corner, is it going to be an improvement of a huge amount? It's going to be a 12.2. Second fastest by 1,000th of a second for Ski out of nowhere. Ferrari look really quick this weekend. Second and fourth now with those drivers there. Ski and Darksen looking very quick today in qualifying. Very surprising pace from those guys. Bonfo on his outlap now currently. Is the only driver on the lap? I think it's Hajada, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's not. Harry, just stop complaining. I keep driving, bro. Just keep driving, bro. There's no way, bro. Right, Bonfire is what I want to see right now. He improved by 2 tenths on his previous run. Can he get a front row here today for the second time in his career? He did in Monza in his home race. That was a really nice first corner from Bonfire. He just absolutely sends the car into the corners. It's very fun to watch. Ski is currently out on the track. He might do another attempt on it if he will. First sector was looking like a 10th up for Bonfire. That'll put him already ahead of Jan and on the ballpark we're getting up to Dan as well. So let's see what Bonfire can manage here. He's already up by 10th. If he can keep that going, this could be a great lap from Bonfire. Out 7.5 he goes, nice exit, very nice apex as well, using a little bit of battery on the exit, which is what I would do as well. Late turn there, Ooh, not the best exit, a little bit wide of where I would have liked to be, but still very nice nonetheless. Definitely carries some nice momentum. He's going to go understeer off the track a bit, and he does. Oh, and he spins, and he almost crashed out, and he does hit the wall. Does Bonfo? Bonfo has crashed when he was on a great lap there. He was way too committed through the right-hander, understeered off into the gravel. It's how it happens a lot of this track. And he's now, he's broke his front wing. He's luckily kept it out of harm's way, and also hasn't done too much damage to his car. So in a good position there, Bonfo, to keep going in the session. We'll see if he has enough tyre sets to go back out and do another lap. That was a good attempt he was on there. He could definitely go for pole, you know, with that sort of pace. We'll see what he does. Yeah, the N9 bear. Oh my god, Hubert nearly crashed in the pit entry, Jesus Christ. And there's Hadrada there on his outlap. Currently 8 tenths off his teammate, looking to get back up there again. Graham Crackers is on a lap, I think. He is currently a tenth and a half down on his previous attempt. Here he is, your tier 2 champion to be. We'll see if he is. And we have a lot of cars coming back on the track. Is Bonfo going to have enough time to do another lap here? He's going to try. We'll see. He's currently in P7 in qualifying. He might try another lap still in the session. We have Dylan Gal, Jan, Bonfo, Are You Sure, and Hubert all in the pit lane currently. And there goes Charles Price into turn 1. He's currently on a lap. Went very deep into turn 2 as he really pushed the car through the corner. Dan there is on and out on his second out lap as well, on a fresh set. Darksen, I want to see a Darksen get pole position. What a goat he would be for that. I would love to see that. Can anyone unsettle Fabian? We're going to watch Fabian's lap and just see what he does here today. He's doing a second out lap. We'll keep an eye on him anyway. Dan is also doing a second out lap, so we'll see if Hugh doing that. Yarn there as well on his out lap now. Is Bonfo going to come back out? He has time to come back out for a little while. He's got about a minute, just under a minute to come back out, and it's currently Dylan Gano is on an out lap himself. Yarn is 2 in P6 currently. This season started off so peak and then it was so mid. So cool. Anyway. I got her there in 13th. Wow, great first set from Hadrada. 4 tenths up, 4.5 tenths up. That would be enough to put him in the 13s quite easily. Let's see if he can get a 1 minute 12 here. I reckon with this face he could. Very careful today. He braked a bit late, but still nice exit. He's got plenty of action to use, maybe not as much as he would have liked, but through the middle sector now. Very committed lap from Hadrada in fairness. Right-handed will the understeer off the track now. Is he going to get a slipstream from the Aston Martin? Just a tiny bit. Middle sector, what's it looking like? He is still 4.5 tenths up, so he's looking to get past his teammate maybe, who's on his outlap now himself. So is Bonfo, so he is going to come back out on another fresh set. Probably wouldn't have liked to do that, but rain is forecast, so softs are not very useful. So I think he'll be fine to get away with that. Hadrada there through the last 2 corners. What's he going to manage? Out the final corner he goes on his final attempt. It's a 1 minute 13.9, and he does get a 13. Lost a bit of time in the last sector, but no. Meanwhile, Darksen goes on the front row. He was 200ths away from pole position against Fabian. Darksen there with a 1:12.1, continuing his great pace here today. Harry improved by only 200ths of a second and keep himself in 3rd place. Not bad. Fabian there on his lap now. Fabian is lagging a lot, goddamn. And Harry retires from the session, as you would expect in that position. Is Dan going to be on a lap now? Is he on a lap? Across the line he goes. 4th fastest. Dan didn't have the pace today. When it counted anyway. Dan made a mistake middle sector, and that cost him. He's now still behind Harry in P4, so not good from him. Darksen though, looking very strong here in Spain once again for the 2nd season in a row. When it was a McLaren 1-2 last time out, it looked like it was going to be, and then it all came apart for them both, with Fabian spinning out after he pitted, and then Darksen spinning out on the safety car restart and crashing later on as well. Fabian there. Must have been battery usage or something. Damn it, the ski could have gone for pole there, but it seems like coming together for him. Fabian there, is he improving or is he not? Fabian's going to get an easy 111 here, gets a 111.9, does Fabian, goes for pole position there. 2 tenths quicker. The first ever 111 in this game at Spain so far, in an actual league session. And Fabian does get his 5th pole of the season to continue his dominant performance. Here comes Are You Sure across the line. What's it going to be for him? He goes 10th fastest ahead of Charles Price and Hubert. Into the top 10 goes Are You Sure, and that ends the session. Good stuff. The Darksen on the front row. My goat continues to be goated at Spain. I love Darksen's pace at this track. Look at this. Look how close it is, though. Half a second covering the top 7 cars. It's not over for these guys. Fabian just seems to have a little bit more over the rest of the field currently. So, good stuff. Jan. You invited who? Wow, so Fabian was almost 2 seconds quicker than Hajada there. That was very, very close. 1.2 seconds covering the top 12 cars. It's very good. There it is. The rain is coming down here in Spain today. Full wet race forecast, unless it's a red flag. So you already know this is going to be a boring start, unless, of course, we see a dramatic start to the race for these drivers. Nah, it will be unfair, Dan, let's be real. No formation lap, by the way, guys, so just be warned. Yeah, generally, guys, if you're not good in the rain, it's a skill issue. It's that simple. Also, yeah, guys, everyone remember, no formation lap, no formation lap. Just remember, guys, no formation lap. No, just today. I'm sorry, guys. Here we go. Far less from the drivers, and it is lights out. And away we go. Good start from Fabian. Darksen, not so much, but still decent. Into the first corner. Is Darksen quick enough to get alongside Fabian? No, Fabian had a wonderful start. And it is really tight on the main straight. You can see that, I think that's Ski going to the inside line, trying to get some visibility and miss all the spray. And someone, Dylan Gould, sends it down the inside and it smashes into the side of Ski's car. That could have been damaged. Fabian goes in deep, and Darksen is right behind him now. In the wet conditions, he's got Dan right on his case as well. He goes down the inside, is down into P2. Great start from him, and Dylan Galder as well, continuing side by side with Harry now. He's right behind Ski. He's already got into P4. Contact Ski down the inside of his teammate, contact with his teammate, goes for it, and he loves these wet conditions to Ski. He wants to get in the lead fight today. He knows he can do it. Oh, Dan hit the grass, I think, and Ski goes to his inside. Can Ski get the move to P2 now? Dan's going to slide on the exit of the corner side by side for second now. Ski is really good in the wet conditions. We know what he's like. Is he going to send on the inside down? Yes, he is. Contact. And Ski goes down the inside into P2. He goes. Great start from Ski. So Ski, that is probably the best chance of anyone to beat Fabian today. We know what he's like in the rain. He's very quick. And meanwhile, Charles Price having a wonderful start with 4 places for him. So too for Are You Sure? And down 3 places for Graham Crackers. He didn't have the best start. Ejada's just trying to stay in this fight. And there you can see him continuing on there. Meanwhile, there's Jan going side by side with Bonfer for P8 now. Bonfer's not had the greatest of starts here. I see front wing damage for Jan, I believe that is, on the left side end plate. And meanwhile, Ski continues to try and close in on Fabian out in front, who is just keeping the pace consistent in the wet conditions. First time he's done wet conditions with the... not really. The second time he's in wet conditions with ABS off, so we'll see what he can do. It's definitely the first full race he's done, though. And Ski already is closing back in on Fabian. Purple last set for Ski there. Ski will be chasing him down now for the race win here at Spain. Has he got the wings to close in, though? Or is Fabian using more battery? We'll see how that goes. Let's have a look. Who is that behind in the battle there? Dylan Gould to the inside on Hubert for P11, or P10, I should say. Contact, maybe? These two may race each other in... Oh, no, they won't. Well, they don't mind. Dylan still right behind Hubert. And Ski is really close to the back of Fabian, actually. Ski looks really quick to the moment in the wet conditions. Harry there struggling to stay close. Meanwhile, Are You Sure? Look how fast he's in the rain. Just like in Austria sprint quality, he's so good in the rain, is Are You Sure? He really does thrive in these conditions. He's right next to Darksen. To the outside he goes. Can he go around the outside here? A little bit of contact. Charles Price is in that fight as well. They're still close together. Graham Crackers now in the back of the field. It's still side by side now. We're seeing Are You Sure and Darksen, but around the side goes Are You Sure into P5 now. He's got up 5 places. What a start from the Alpine reserve driver. And now he's up into P5. Meanwhile, Ski is right behind Fabian in the wet conditions here. This could be a great lead fight between Ski and Fabian out of nowhere, and we'll see how that goes. Ski looking for his 3rd win of the season to get closer to Fabian in that regard in race wins. Ski there in full wet conditions is sending it. Meanwhile, there's more battles behind us. Hubert and Bonfer side by side, and there's also a battle behind. Bonfer lags in front. And the side by side between Darksen and Charles Price. Here comes Jan to the inside. There might be contact. There is contact. Jan almost spun around there. Side by side in the final corner. That's not going to be good. How are they not crashing? Ski gets the fastest lap of the race down the main straight, and it's side by side between several cars in the back of the field. But here comes Ski. Can he make a move with Fabian? No, he can't. He was not quite close enough. With the battle continuing on now into turn 1. Charles Price on the inside. Jan's right next to them as well. Will Charles Price send it down inside of Darksen? He does not. They stay together in line, and it's still line astern between 6th, 7th, and 8th places respectively. Here comes Shiba. 6th, 7th. Are you sure now? Look at the pace of the Alpine driver. Out of nowhere, he just, once again, so good in the rain. I don't know what it is about him. He just knows these wet conditions really well compared to the dry. He struggles in the rain, but in the he struggles in the dry, but in the rain, he's just a different driver. Very quick in these conditions. Right behind Harry, who's already dropping off a cliff in pace relative to Dan in 3rd place. Harry can have a difficult day today in the rain. And Fabian there making a big mistake, it sounded like. Also, I don't know what happened. Ski there is right behind Fabian. He sends these corners here, trying to get as close as he can to Fabian. He's got loads of battery to use, but not many places to use it at this track besides the main straight. And let's see how this goes. Are you sure they're right behind Harry? He's just trying to stay close to him. Meanwhile, the closest battle on track currently is between Hajada and Dylan Garber, also between Jan and Charles Price for P7. Jan trying to chase him down. Meanwhile, Hajada's starting to stay close to Dylan Garber. He's struggling to get on the track. He's on the wettest part of the track. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. He's really struggling in these conditions for pace, and Graham Crack is now starting to close back in on the cars in front after making mistakes at the start of the race. Jan there with damage is still right behind Charles Price. Ski gets another fast lap of the race now. He's right behind Fabian down the main straight. Is this going to be the opportunity for Ski to make moves to turn 1? He could try and move here. I don't know if he's close enough. Not quite. Fabian goes in very deep in the first corner. This could be Ski's best chance to get past him. And the battle for the race lead is truly on between these two in the rain here at Spain. Out of nowhere. McLaren versus Ferrari, two classic teams. By the way, McLaren can chase down their 44th victory, and that may seem insignificant, but no, that is actually the most wins of any team in NPL history, if Fabian does win here today. But Ski looking very quick. It goes down the inside of Fabian. It's side by side for the race lead. Ski sliding off the corner. He goes to the outside line in turn 5, and Dan will now have a chance to close back in. Fabian sends it down the inside, almost pushes Ski off the track. And Fabian there, with some robust defending, does somehow keep Ski behind. He's sliding off the corners, trying anything he can to find a way past Fabian, who's really struggling in the wet conditions for pace compared to his rival Ski now, who was title rival at the start of the season. Yeah, Fabian really struggling with ABS off currently, and Dan is catching back up because of this battle in front. And this is what we want to see here today. This race is surprisingly exciting so far. Ski is still right behind Fabian in this fight for the race lead. Fabian once again there, struggling in that corner there, turn 11 for braking pace. Yeah, he did that. That was a Max Verstappen type move for Fabian there, braking. Yeah, that was a bit rude there from Fabian, as we said. I think it was Fabian there once again. Ski once again. Looks like he has slightly higher wings maybe than Fabian. It's hard to say. Hubert, meanwhile, is right behind Bonfer here for P9. Bonfer really struggling in the wet conditions here at the moment. He's gone down quite a few places in this race. Gone down 3 from P6. He comes off the corner. That's rain forecast for the whole race, and we've seen in the past that the rain can cause some pretty chaotic races in NPL and some unpredictable conditions. Yeah, for you, Harry. Meanwhile, Are You Sure is in P4, chasing down the cars in front. Has he got the pace to go for the race lead today? I reckon he genuinely could if you maybe could benefit from some battles. Meanwhile, once again, Ski goes to the inside of Fabian now. It's still close together between them. Ski there right behind Fabian though. It's so close to Skakel and Fabian there. Meanwhile, Hubert there, right next to Bonfer. Hubert does go past Bonfer into P9 now, and he's got Look at this battle here for P9. There's so many cars under a blanket. Meanwhile, Ski's right behind Fabian in this corner, through the campsite corner now, the right hand at turn 9. And Ski there goes a little bit wide, but Fabian did too, so it's looking very close between these guys. And once again, Ski looks like the quicker driver, but Fabian doing a great job defending here at the moment in this battle for the race. He's only lap 5 at 33. We were in store for a wonderful race here today at Spain. By the way, Are You Sure is still gaining time on the cars in front. I cannot believe it, but he genuinely looks like one of the quickest drivers in the rain here today. I have no idea why. He's just so consistent in the rain. He's constantly catching. Dan is losing time, but still, Are You Sure is gaining. If I make a mistake off the final corner, this once again could be a chance for Ski to go inside. Another fastest lap from the Ferrari driver, looking for 38th career victory of the team and his 3rd this season and in his career too. Can he go to the outside of Fabian? He's going to send it maybe. Not close enough to try it. Fabian there is really struggling under the pressure here of Ski, who's right on his tail. Fabian there trying what he can to defend with ABS off. Not used to that. He's sliding once again now through the this 3rd corner. There's so much to watch at this track. It's really hard to keep track of what to look at. But every single lap, it looks like Ski has a great corner through here. Has he got the pace this time once again to go for a move on Fabian? Still they're close together. And Sarabi's right behind Dylan Gal there, looking very close. And once again, Are You Sure has lost a lot of time now to Dan, who's keeping the gap pretty consistent between them now. Are You Sure, though, looks like the fourth quickest driver, though, in P4. Just sort of biding his time in the Alpine. Weather's changing, apparently. This could be interesting for the complexion of the race. 20 minutes until rain stops, apparently, or intermediate tyres could be the move in this race at the moment. It does look, there is a drier line forming. It's still raining like crazy. And Skida is just wringing the neck of Fabian every single lap, every single corner, trying to force a mistake out of the current championship leader. Ski, of course, almost led the championship at one point in the season. Didn't quite manage to do so. He missed the first race of the season, which definitely cost him the chance to go for the championship lead. But he's right behind Fabian, less than 2 tenths behind him in the final 2 corners. And he is always quicker in the final corner. This could be a chance for Ski. He's under 2 tenths behind Fabian down the main straight, but has Fabian got the wings to defend once again? Ski gets the fast lap of the race. The top 2 are way quicker than everybody else, but it's Ski who has the advantage at the moment against Fabian. Into turn 1 he goes. Will he go for it down the inside? He thought about it, but Fabian does manage to defend. But Ski's still right next to him. Once again, every single lap is so close between the top 2. Fabian just doing enough. Graham Crackers, I think he hit the wall and he did virtual safety car. He crashed in the pit entry wall, but he just about avoided crashing out completely. And Fabian there slows down in front of Ski. Delta in the rain is very bad. And Hijada there right behind Dylan Gal, who is looking pretty, he's like he's struggling in these conditions. And Jan does not want to get a drive through like he did in F2, which was very funny, I can't lie, but there you go. I feel bad for Darkseid. He started on the front row for the first time in his career, I believe it was, and then is now down in P6. Oh yeah. Ski there, being careful with the Delta, but he's right next to Fabian. You can probably benefit from the VSC restart here to go for the move. He can! What a restart by Ski! He had a really good restart compared to Fabian. He's going to try and go around the outside. Or is he gonna set up a switchback? No, he's still on the outside line. He's on the dry part of the track, so you could have more traction. And he's still there with Fabian now. Goes to the inside. Just enough space being given by Fabian, and it's on the curve for Ski now. Side by side for the race lead. Through the final sector. This is crazy racing between them, but no, Fabian just fends him up. But it was so close between them there. Great racing between Fabian and Ski. And Ski there once again sliding his Ferrari through the final corner, but not seemingly having the same grip. But no, once again has a better racer than Fabian, but Fabian has slightly lower wings, it looks like. So the slipstream not quite as powerful as Ski would have liked it to be. But still, great racing here today in Spain. He's through turn 1, continues on. Bit of a mistake through the first chicane there, a bit hesitant on the turning, but still, he looks like the quicker driver anyway. So the rain does still look very heavy here today in Spain, so please be careful of that. These guys in the front of the field. Jan, meanwhile, goes past Charles Price now. Making a mistake. Charles Price really struggling here. Not sure what's going on with him. Dylan Gal now pits. Is he going on to Inters is the question. Yes, the back 2 cars on the grid going for intermediate tyres. Oh, Inters are much quicker than the wet tyres. This is interesting. So, Graham Crackers undercut Dylan Gal. Oh, in fact, there was the VSC actually, I forgot to mention, so I don't think that is true. Echo Ski thought about moving the inside line on Fabian's purple middle sector as well, but no, he wasn't close enough to make it. So this battle for the race lead is absolutely relentless. Every single lap, Ski is piling the pressure on Fabian for the race lead, and doing what he can to go for it. This is what I wanted to see in Canada, because I could tell Ski had the pace to beat Fabian that race, but just didn't have the opportunity to go for it. Oh, Ski takes a massive risk. I don't know if that was worth the risk. He goes in for intermediate tyres, does Ski now. From second place, Fabian gets the fastest lap. Is it worth it? The fastest laps are going for the wet tyres. Are the Inters the right way to go here? Graham Crackers is losing time to Sarabi and P11. I don't know if it was worth the risk. Are you sure? So I think Fabian made the right call here, I think. I can't lie. I think staying out was the best move. Are you sure? It's disconnected. I don't have him added, so I can't add him back, unfortunately. I don't know who has that guy added as a friend. Ski now comes back in Vancouver. Oh shit. Oh, so Are You Sure is a different person. That's good. I can't. I haven't got you added. I'm afraid I can't add you back. Meanwhile, Harry goes past Darksen, I think, or is it the other way around? Oh, Darksen's battling with Harry. That's random. So Darksen battling with Harry. On the inside he goes, but they're closing in on Are You Sure's AI car because he's like out of the session. And Ski there is that's Hubert though. I don't think Ski made the right call here. I can't lie. I think staying out was the better move. I don't know why he tried this. Honestly, in this situation, when you're quicker than your rival, you may as well just pit the same lap just to not take any risk, because there's not much point putting yourself out of a chance to win. Hubert goes to the inside, will go past. He does go past. I mean, there's a battle here between Are You Sure and Jan. Oh, contact with the ZI car! That's not good. And Fabian gets the fast lap of the race again on the wet tyres, so he's going to gain time on Ski here. Once again, the Inters just do not look like the better tyre right now. Look at that understeer that Ski got there. He was not having that on the wet, so I think the wet tyres are definitely quicker at this stage of the race. The Inter's not quite in the right window, but if the crossover happens quite suddenly, so that's a shame. That means the race lead fight is probably over now, because Fabian once again makes the right call to stay out. Are You Sure is back, and he's all the way down in P10, but he pitted for Inter, so his AI car seems to think that the Inters are better. So I think it's pretty close. For Inters, yeah, but Inters are arguably better now, so it's hard to say. Then again, Hubert is right behind Ski, who is definitely one of the quickest drivers on the track, so it's going to be very difficult. Harry now on a net P3. I don't even know, I think Ski made a very bad move here to pit for Inters, which is just a shame, because I would see him fight for the win. But we'll see. Be faster. Anyway, Ski there is chasing down Darksen for P5. In fairness to him, he is gaining time now, I think. The Inters are starting to look a little bit quicker now, so let's see. It's slippery, but it's definitely decent in the intermediate conditions here. Are the Inters starting to cross over now towards being the quicker tyre? It's hard to say. Darksen is now pitting. I think he's going to go for Inters now. So Ferrari seems to think that's the best option. Of course, Ferrari strategy isn't always the best. We'll see how that goes. Hubert has lost time to Ski on the slab. So that was a bar. Ski there, still continuing on. Where are they going? Ski took a big risk on the strategy here. Meanwhile, Jan is now right behind Harry for P3, it looks like, so this could be a nice battle between these two. Jan, of course, has front wing damage as well. Harry and Jan are going to battle hard, supposedly. Jan is looking pretty good in these conditions, actually. Once again, Are You Sure is disconnected from the session, which is unfortunate. Once again, I can't invite him back because they don't have Madder, that's a shame. There comes Jan there on Harry. Is he going to go for moves to turn one? I don't think he can. He's not close enough. There's no slipstream. This game is slipstream. It actually pisses me off. How is there no slipstream, bro? So the strategy is looking interesting here. I don't know how bad the wear is on the Inters, but we'll see how that plays out with drivers on different strategies here. Are You Sure back yet? I don't think he is. I guess the AI car is still driving and holding up Pedrada here, quite badly, in fact. The inside he goes in the final corner, and he does get past now into P10. Bonifer there in P9 trying to chase down Charles Price, but he's 10 seconds ahead of him. And Charles Price driving a great race here, has undercut quite a bit from people, and he's also now chasing down Darksen for what is a net P5, I believe, in the race. I can't, man. Yeah, who invited him? So the leading car is deciding when to pit. The Ski's tire wear isn't great, so we'll see how he does with the tire wear. The tire wear is higher though when it is not quite intermediate conditions. Down pits. Dan's taking a risk now. Comes into the pit lane from second place. Will he come out in front of Ski is the question. On the wets, you mean? Ski now pits and comes out way in front of Dan. This could be a bit of a problem for Fabio, but we'll see where Fabio comes out in the grand scheme of things. I think as it stands, Ski would come out just in front of Fabio, maybe. Maybe just behind, in fact. Definitely very close. Dan, yeah, and I think Dan actually did still gain time on Ski there, so it'll be very close, these guys. I wish I had this guy added. I don't have him added. I don't feel it. Maybe I can add him like this. Hold on. Fabian does go quicker. On the wet tires, is he going to beat that lap is the question. Slipperiness is not looking good. I don't know why he pitted, because when you're the same pace as someone who's like that, it's best to stay out with them, honestly. Well, that's the thing, you were so close so many times that there was a chance you could get him once. You just had to wait for a mistake. I think a mistake was inevitable for him at some point. That's why I got to wait for a mistake at a place where he can't do that, and that's what was going to happen. That's what I would have thought. You had so much pressure on him, and now there's no pressure, and you've just lost the chance to win, probably. Unless the crossover is very quick. But the tire wear is not in your favor right now. Ski there, rallying his car through the wet corners here, as Fabian continues to cruise out in front. He has a 17.9 second gap over Harry, and once again it's a purple middle sector from Fabian. Whoa, Harry did a big slide there with Jan next to him. And Jan after his inside, going through the camper corner, side by side through here. Is there going to be contact? They're still alongside each other. Is that going to be a crash? No, Jan almost put off the corner there. A safety car could make the race quite interesting, actually. Oh, big contact. Jan hit the back of Harry there. Jan uses traction control? I didn't know that. Jan's using TC. Oh, classic Jan. And, yeah, Harry just said the same, kind of. Oh dear, so Harry's struggling with fuel. Has he underfueled the car? He has. Terrible news. Harry's underfueled the car. You can see the yellow icon on his telemetry there that I just pulled up quickly. Now having fuel issues. Fabian isn't. Ski isn't either. You know, Ski is very good in the rain. Ski there, not quite a plus the best first sector, but pretty close. Ski's fastest lap is currently, if I look, a 1:30.2, which is 4 tenths slower than Fabian's, who's on the wet tyres. Fabian could pit this lap and preserve his lead. See if he does. He does indeed. Fabian does pit on lap 15 of 33, almost halfway through the race. We'll come in for the intermediate tyres. Once again, the right strategy call was made by the championship leader in the rain. Did the same in Canada. Strategy just seems very logical for Fabian. He's very calm and collected. And Dylan got crashes. Oh, he retired. Never mind. He retired in the pit lane. There goes Ski down the inside. Wait, what, Ski? Yeah, clip it, I recommend. The Ski will now continue to try and chase down Fabian out front, who is on fresh intermediate tyres. Yeah, Ski unfortunately may have to serve that in the pit lane if he pits again, which is very plausible. Ski though is actually gaining on Fabian here with those warmed up tyres. We'll see if he continues to gain on him when Fabian's tyres do come into the temperature window, and also Ski's tyre wear could be an issue. We'll see. That's crazy that Fabian's pitted and came out in front of Harry, who hasn't pitted yet. Neither has Jan in P4, so the inters are definitely quicker. But yeah, Harry having a good race. Ski is on 7 lap all tyres, Fabian on 1 lap all tyres, so 8 lap all tyres now of Ski. So 7 lap tyre difference between Ski and Fabian, but Ski did gain about 8/10 of a second on Fabian on the outlap for Fabian there. So I think Fabian either was saving battery or just didn't have the same pace as Ski there. We'll see as this continues on. But it looks like Ski is still gaining on Fabian here actually. So it's definitely looking like a lead fight could come back to us here. I certainly hope so. You're going to pass the best first sector for Ski there, who just looks so metronomically consistent here on the Ferrari. Looking relentless today. Wants to do anything he can to unset Fabian. That illegal overtake was not an actual overtake. I don't know why he got that. I think it's because Dylan Gao was yellow flagged, so I'm not sure. There were yellow flags for Dylan Gao's AI car, but there was not really a reason for that to be a yellow flag because it wasn't an actual yellow, let's be real. So that penalty will likely be removed if he doesn't serve it in the pit lane, but there's a very high likelihood that he will have to pit again with this high not. Hajali, you're shit. If you overtake the bumper, you're not shit. There you go. What the fuck? Wait, I didn't even realize Harry and Jan pitted, so that's cool. And they've got Charles Price behind them on P6 having a wonderful race. CP there. He's got 5 places today, having a great race. I feel bad for Are You Sure? Because he definitely could have finished maybe even on the podium today. Unfortunately, though, has lost that time. Whoa, Ski almost crashed out on the final corner there. That was very close for him. And this race has really died down in how it is going. Uber did this for Poland, so Shank, who is currently P8, and Shank is watching the stream here for this race. I think made a mistake there, actually. Fabian did make a mistake. Fabian made a massive mistake there in turn 2. I lost almost a second to Ski there. He's now right in front of him. Jacob there chasing down Fabian for the race lead. Despite this not being a personal best first sector for Ski, he's still gained massively on Fabian. He's really struggling in these conditions in the intermediate tyres. We'll see if he continues that trend. He's absolutely ploughing the throttle down to get on the power, but he's still not as quick as Jacob. I think they're continuing to make these corners. He's trying his best to pull away from Ski here. Harry may as well try to defend though, because still positions to be gained for Harry in the championship. If he wants to beat Dan, he wants to keep it consistent. Like Harry, think about the long game. Instead of giving up every time you have a single minor inconvenience, bro, you need to stop being like DJ. Ski there, chasing down Fabian for the race lead. It's that last sector where Ski really seems to struggle the most for grip here at this stage, and Fabian not so much. But Fabian there made a big mistake on the last lap in the first chicane. Still Ski, he's right behind, and he's still gaining here on Fabian, but you can see him trying to keep his tyres cool on the inside of the track, where the line is slightly drier. I think what Ski should have done, in my opinion, is wait for more data from the drivers who had pitted, and then see. Okay, but Dylan's alive. He drives too slow for it to be sliding. Meanwhile, though, I forgot to mention, Ski did just get a purple first sector. Is now within a second of Fabian once again. He gained about almost 2.5 seconds on Fabian since he pitted. So Ski is still very much the quickest driver on track. Despite being a much older Inters, he's still the quickest driver here today. And is continuing on his charge for Fabian. He was really struggling, actually, in these conditions. Ski, they're trying his best to stay close to Fabian here in these conditions. He's sliding, drifting the car on the corners, but very gracefully, as we said. Meanwhile, it's about between, are you sure on graham crackers? Are you sure that does get past? And we'll now try and continue his charge up towards the rest of the cars in the order. He is definitely still one of the quicker drivers in the rain here today. I reckon a points finish is still plausible with Ojada in front of him. One for there in P9, having a difficult race here at Spain, but continues on. Ski there off into the first corner, has I think made a mistake against Fabian here. Run to Ski, why has he lost so much time? Also, bro, use more battery. You guys aren't using the battery, honestly. You need to use the battery, bro. It's one of the most important things in any condition. Looks like Fabian is starting to pull away a little bit on Ski here, but it's not over yet for Ski. He does seem to keep clawing his way back to Fabian anyway. It's looking like the best option for the drivers here today. Yeah, Fabian, as the race leader, would be most beneficial to him and his race if he were to box right now. Once again, Fabian made the same mistake once again in that second corner, going a little bit wide on the exit. And Ski there trying to capitalize, just sliding around, trying to get on the power here. That actually is quite scary then, because Ski is on 7-lap older tyres than Fabian, is still quicker than him. That's actually quite scary that Ski's that fast in the rain. Darren is just not on the pace right now. He's so much slower than the cars in front, and even behind. Harry on a personal best lap just then. He's trying to pull away from Jan now with that. I think he has fixed his. No, he hasn't. He didn't fix the wing. Harry is actually saving enough fuel to get to the end now, and Jan is not, so that's not good for him. Jan, it says yellow. It says yellow on your... That's what I'm talking about, Jan, you idiot! Oh my god. Anyway. Jan made... Shit, is MX5 Cup on today, by the way? I want to watch that. Meanwhile, Ski is right behind Fabian again, is looking very close to the top two here. I really want Ski to win this race. Yeah, low key, get Fabian that penalty. Fast lap of the race, never mind. It was pretty, definitely a personal best lap for Ski that he locked in that lap. He really did lock in, so it looks like Ski still has the pace to go for the race win today, despite pitting so soon. Could still very well go for the race win here against Fabian, which would be absolute cinema. I believe I think if Ski literally just pitted even like 2 laps later, it probably would have like been leading by now. That's crazy. Can Ski overtake Fabian here? Once again, a good first sector from Ski. He's really liking this particular condition here, I think Ski is. He looks very comfortable at this point. Ski in the wet conditions looking very comfortable. And this is the only battle on track at the moment. There's no one else within a second of each other besides the top two. Yeah, if you get them both on the same tyre life, Ski could absolutely whoop Fabian, I can't lie. Harry feeling diabolical here. It is a identical middle sector to his previous lap there from Ski. Oh, how Fabian was split out! That was very close for Fabian. Jesus Christ. Fabian's offline as well. Fabian's really struggling in the conditions in the final sector here. I'm not sure what's going on for Fabian, but he's really struggling with the tyre wear now, it looks like. Not as much as Ski is, despite Ski being on 7 lap older tyres. This is crazy. And Fabian there, for the first time in a while, is really struggling in the wet conditions here. To just keep Ski behind him. And Fabian once again just trying to keep it cool because he's really struggling and he's once again just sliding around. The pressure will eventually get to Fabian, I'm sure. And once again he goes wide. Ski took a more direct line through turn 3 and he's now right behind Fabian once again. Just doing all the right moves to Ski here to get close to Fabian. He has his sights set. He's locked in on the McLaren in front of him. It's looking very plausible that Ski could still win the race. And that penalty will most likely be taken away as well because it was for an AI car that had retired in the pit lane. Oh, Fabian wiggling off the corner there in the Campster corner. He's going to lose time to Ski, who's now within under 0.6 of a second almost at the end of the straight. Yes, he is. Once again, Ski there closing in on Fabian. Absolutely relentless chase here from Ski. Almost at the grass there, did Ski. And Ski there, look how close he is to Fabian now. It's getting really close in the fight for the top 2. I'm just watching that onboard. It's so interesting to watch because you can see how he's just all the little things he's doing that Fabian isn't to keep him closing in on Fabian. And Ski there, who started, by the way, I would like to mention, in P5, is now up to P2 and is now chasing down the race leader on the championship leader in the wet conditions here at Spain. What has been a surprisingly entertaining race between these two. May not be the most for overtaking and actual racecraft, but oh, a big mistake from Ski there. He slid a little bit through turn 2, but he didn't lose too much time. And he's still chasing down Fabian, who's sliding as well. They're both sliding hard through the first couple corners. I think as long as Ski keeps it consistent, I can absolutely guarantee he can get Fabian in this race. Fabian just really struggling in these conditions. I think they should just kind of improve on his lap that he did on the wet tyres, which seem to be the best tyres still. I think the drivers were deceived that went to pit in this race. Once again, that's giving a great corner. Watching Fabian's on board, he's seemingly trying his best to get away from Ski, but Ski there looking pretty consistent, but Ski is losing time once again though on Fabian now. Not the best lap from Ski, but still a chance. Oh, Graham Crackers! Was that red flag? And Graham Crackers brings out the red flag. Oh. Red flag is out. So Graham Crackers crashes in the pit entry like Harry did and brings out the red flag here out of nowhere in Spain. This is absolute cinema here today. Now the question becomes, can Ski overtake Fabian for the win here at the end of the race? Graham Crackers crashes in the pit entry at the end of the race. Unfortunately, he almost crashed. In fact, he did crash earlier in the race and brought the VSC out and then crashes again in the race later on. So here we go. Will it be inters or full wet? I think inters are a better option by now because the rain surely will have died down by the time we restart. Harry there, really not enjoying the wet conditions today. And Graham Crackers is out. And Harry's seemingly very distraught by this. Here we go then, 5 laps from the drivers with 12 drivers left in the race. Or sorry, 11 I should say. And it is lights out, away we go for the second. Fabian does get the dry side of the track, and that is a good start from him. Meanwhile, look at Ice showing a great start to the inside straight away on his rivals. Ski and someone keeping it clean. Look at this 3 wide in the back of the field there. Are you sure goes down inside, massively breaking way too late there with Sharabi there in the background. And looks like he didn't pit. And Ski there right behind Fabian once again now. Are you sure they're looking to make his comeback here in the rain? He really does seem to like these conditions. Let's see if he can do it. I'm going to keep an eye on him. but the rain has, this red flag has brought the drivers right back together now. There goes Are You Sure down the inside of Darksen for P7. Charles Price, meanwhile, continues this great drive, and he gets 10 seconds for ignoring blue flags, which is obviously a glitch in the game that comes with red flags. So that penalty will not count. And meanwhile, there's a battle behind here. Are You Sure battling with Hubert and Bonfer side by side for P9. On the inside goes Bonfer. Is Hubert going to get a switchback? He tries it. Contact hits the back of him. That might be damage for the Mercedes driver. And sliding off the corner goes Are You Sure. He almost spun off the corner completely. And his game is bugging out, I think. He says he's not got any delta to anyone, which is interesting. Is it true that Ski actually does... Did you guys change tyres or not? I'm confused. Oh, so they're all on fresh tyres here. I can tell from the pace, they're all looking a little bit more comfortable. On my screen, it says they're all on their old tyres, so I'm not sure what that's about. By the way, Charles Price, I don't know if y'all know, is right behind Harry there. Harry Balls for P4. Could make it. And John did say in the chat he's glad he didn't race today because fuck the rain. And honestly, I don't blame him for saying that because the rain is not great. Ski there with the personal best first sector, Fabian 2. Purple first sector for Fabian, but Ski is right there with him. And the fight for the race lead continues on with just 7 laps remaining in the race here at Spain. Can Ski do anything he can to get past Fabian? I'm sure he will try. He's doing everything he can to keep him behind. It's great defense from Fabian in fairness to the guy. But one more mistake that he's made a few times this race would give Ski the chance to go past for the race win here. Ski go for his 3rd win of the season and his career. This would be a great race for him if he can. Ferrari will get the 30th career win. Look at Dan sliding up the corner. Dan right in front. Harry there chasing him down for P4. P3 I should say, this for the podium places. Ski with the purple middle sector now does go quicker than Fabian there. Gain about 2 tenths on him on that lap alone. Through just that section alone. And Fabian they're going wide off the corner. Ski goes in on the inside, not quite as grippy as you would have liked. Ski is right behind Fabian here for P1. And he went a little bit deep through there, but he still is very close to Fabian. He had a much better exit than him. Fabian goes fast lap for Ski now. Very fast. Here comes Jan though, and Harry once again now. Fabian went in deep in the first corner. Might cost him time. Ski also, they've been very careful off the corner there, trying a different line. I mean, that continues on. Ski, they're wiggling off the corner, they're trying to get on the power, and it's so close to them. Oh, Fabian was very close to the grass on the outside of that corner there, that was quite scary. But, there's Ski, they're still just... It's just fascinating to watch the way these two are driving up front. They're so close together all the time, but just Fabian doing everything he can to keep him behind. And for now, it's looking likely that Ski can still make a move, but Fabian just doing everything he can. Are You Sure then? Once again, right behind Darksen. What happened? Ski almost died there by himself in the Campster corner, chasing down Fabian. That was very close, but he's still very close to the back of him despite that. Ski is doing anything he can. He's putting it all on the line here to go after Fabian for the race lead, and I don't blame him for it, because Fabian has been dominating the season. Ski hasn't won in a while. Once again, he slides off the corner, and he's going to lose time now in the final 2 turns because of this. We know even on older tyres, Ski can still gain on Fabian. Oh no, does that Dan? Dan makes a mistake, and Harry's on the podium in wet conditions, and Jan's going for P4 now on Dan. It's side by side between them, and no, Jan will give him the place because he has to lift and coast to save fuel. Again, Darksen is right behind. Behind Charles Price, but he's also got Are You Sure behind that as well. Ski though is right behind Fabian once again now. Really go for a move here. We know he's good in this corner. And look how close it is for the race lead between them. The battle is looking back on again. Good Ski have tried to move there. It was not quite close enough to go for it, but it's literally right next to each other now between the top two. Ian keeps it careful, keeps it nice and cool. There goes Are You Sure down inside of Darksen. Did he hit him on the way on the inside there? Did the Alpine driver? Not sure. It's really close now between them. And no, so he does go past P7 as Are You Sure. Once again, the Alpine driver coming back now through the field after his issues earlier on, when he could have got P4 before. There goes Ski there. What Ski's using? Oh damn, so I knew it was higher wings for Ski because it would be tough on the way he was driving. You have way more downforce in the corners, which is probably why I can't get past Fabian. Just hasn't got the low enough wings to go for it. So I'm saying, one more Ski there sliding off the exit at the final corner. It's going to cost some momentum for Fabian. He still does gain on Fabian in the straight. Fabian stood a little bit there after turn 2. Any battles behind. Dan is still right behind Harry here, chasing down the podium once again. Harry looking to continue his podium streak. Harry Dan almost spun out, I should say, through turn 3. Hello, Rubenon, welcome to the stream. Bonfo is outside the points here, that's not good for him. Jan there, right behind Dan. Jan looking far more consistent than Dan in front. He's really sliding and struggling at the moment. Jan is quicker than Dan in these conditions currently. Jan looking for P4, which would be his second best result of the season, behind his podium at Abu Dhabi. The last time that happened was actually when Ski got his most recent win at Abu Dhabi, so we'll see if that continues today. I reckon it is still possible that Ski can win with just 3 laps remaining coming up. Let's see what happens in these closing laps here at Spain as Fabian continues to slide around. He's just trying to be nice and cool and collected to keep Ski behind him. Oh, Fabian almost spun off the final corner there. That was a very big slide from him, and this could be a chance for Ski to go from him in turn 1 maybe. I don't think he's close enough, but he's definitely going to close in because of that. Fabian there into turn 1, keeping it nice and cool. It's over the curb. Pretty collected. Ski. Ski needs to try and close in the middle sector where Fabian struggles more than he does, and just send the move where he can. It's the only way Ski's going to be able a chance to win this race, I reckon. We know Ski's quicker even on older tyres, so on the same tyre, Ski is still just so much quicker than Fabian, but just struggling to make a move. Just can't quite get close enough in the places where it counts, and Dan there. Right next to Harry there. Why are you... Fabian, chill out, bro. What are you worried about? Fabian low-key just getting all Gurangi. There's no way Hijado actually gets points on his return. Are you sure? Could very well get P6 here off of Charles Price, which would be a very good performance for him in the rain today. I mean, Charles Price, same thing. Yeah, Tom Price was the guy that died, yeah. 2 laps to go on this time by. Ski has been stuck behind this whole race. Here comes Jan on Dan. Can Jan get past Dan? Jan should just absolutely send turn 1. Like, just completely disregard his... Oh, I wasn't close enough. He thought about it. Oh, Dan slid there massively. This could be a chance for Jan to go down the inside here. So he does go for the move. It's side by side between Jan and Dan. Can Jan go for the move on the inside of Dan into this corner? Dan sends it around the outside, but Jan sends on the inside. And he does make the move stick on Dan. Down the inside goes Jan for P4. Great stuff from Jan. And Dan is now trying his best to close back in, but he's sliding around in this attempts to get past. One thing Dan does that Fabian doesn't is go to too low of a gear. I think that in fact Dan needs to short shift more, I think. What happened? Oh. Coming into the final lap this time by, and Ski though is still right behind Fabian here in the battle for the race lead. This whole race, Fabian has done everything he can to stay behind. Could we see a Canada 2011 style finish? Fabian there, a little bit of sliding off that corner. Fabian is doing a great job. Did actually make a mistake at the last corner, did Fabian. I think we could see Ski maybe go past as a purple last set from Ski. Can he go past Fabian on the final lap of the race for the win here in Spain? That'll be absolute cinema if he does. Driving that stands turn one. Goes in a little bit deep, actually. Ski's right there with him. Having that, he's just trying his best to keep Ski behind. Ski right there once again. It's just so close between the top two. It just doesn't look like he can get past. Are you sure that is also struggling to get past Charles Price? And it's just once again, overtaking is so hard here in Spain in any conditions. It's the last lap, right? What you... Ski's right next to. Ski's right next to. Having here. Can't let really go for a move. May as well just send it here, honestly. Fuck it. Just take out Fabian, bro. He does break into personal best middle sector from Ski, who's chasing now Fabian as best he can. What? Jan gets past Harry, what? Jan will get a podium. But it is Fabian. Despite all of Ski's best efforts, he threw everything at Fabian today. It was a great performance for Ski, but Fabian once again will win the Spanish Grand Prix and get his 5th win of the season. Ski's penalty will probably not count because that penalty was stupid. And Jan gets a 2nd career podium in Spain. Great performance from Jan, gets P3. Charles Price did actually finish P6 because that penalty also doesn't count, so it is the top 3 of Fabian, Ski and Jan. What a podium. Same podium in a different order as it was in Abu Dhabi, which was Jan's other podium in his career. So the interesting stat there that Fabian, Ski and Jan have been on the podium twice, and that is both of Jan's podiums in F1, so interesting. So Harry outscores Dan, but because of that gesture to give Jan that place, all that did was allow the chance for... No, he would have been headed down in the standings because of that, but now he's not going to be. So Ski does get 2nd, but gets fastest lap, and there we go, he'll finish 2nd. So Fabian wins from Ski 2nd, that penalty will not count. Jan P3, Harry P4, Dan P5. P6 will actually go to Charles Price, whose penalty also doesn't count because that blue flag penalty was bullshit. Are you sure gets P7, P8 to Hubert, and then P9 to Sarabi and 10th to Bonfer. Interesting. Sorry, Darkson I forgot to mention was in P8, I should say. Bonfer got P11. So Jan did get driver early, so thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for the Belgian Grand Prix, which will hopefully be a better race than this one, but don't be surprised if Fabian dominates because he's very good at that track.